What's up? What's up, my good people? Once again, I'm going live again. I'm gonna give y'all about 5 or 10 minutes, and I gotta get on to the job. I gotta go on to this. Uh, I gotta go into the slave fields. I gotta go into the fields so that I can bring back some funds to help prepare myself for independence. See, true independence comes when you don't have to depend on nobody else for nothing. And so, while I've been going and sharing with you all about my journey with my tiny home, and why it is important and it is essential for us to become more economically sound and aware, and to become more efficient, and to use our resources appropriately. I was just texting some family, and um, the idea came up to me based off of some things that we had already shared with each other in the past. But I saw where they were saying we need to be mindful of all these trips we taking and things that utilize monies, things that take away funds that could help us prepare for things to come. See, the worst thing you could do is have the resources and the things you need, but to overutilize them or use them somewhere that ain't necessary. And in a time like this, when I tell you a time like this, it is at its greatest need for you to become more efficient in the way you live, in the way you think, in the way that you eat. We got to preserve our bodies, y'all, because the fight ain't just gonna be in a spiritual sense, but we got to be ready for everything on all level, on all fields, all levels. There's different levels to this stuff. We fight a spiritual battle. You know what I'm saying? Everything that happens in the flesh and the physical first, it starts in the spiritual realm. And so that's the greatest fight we fighting right now in the spiritual realm. We're fighting a spiritual battle. It's spiritual warfare out here, y'all. The things y'all see that's going on right now in Washington, in DC. How many of y'all aware that just yesterday, I think Trump um basically forced, allegedly, DC police to adhere to federal guidelines. So now they have to operate as though they're the feds. In my opinion, this will probably take place all across America. But of course, it had to start somewhere, and why not in the capital city? Um, that way, he has full control over your local police, your local sheriff. He won't have any jurisdiction, not over the president or the federal government. So I'm telling y'all this not to fearmonger you. I'm not gonna try to fearmonger you. I don't try to incite violence or fear or none of that. I just try to make my people aware of what's going on, because a lot of time we get distracted, man. They got a lot of distractions out here, and they plant these seeds and these different things so that we can be distracted and lose focus on what's really real. What's really real. What's really real is that if you ain't ready for what's to come, then you might not even be able to feed your own family. You might not be able to feed yourself. Someone could possibly come to your door and take your home away from you, remove you from your home. And I don't know about you, but I was a football player, so you know, one of our mantras that we always said was, especially on that home turf, and then you football players out there, y'all know, we gonna protect this house. So I ain't got much of a house here, but it's definitely a home because it's love here. You know what I'm saying? But I also feel good in the fact that it's mine, and though I'm far from completing it, I don't have everything I need here. Um, I still feel good knowing that it's mine, and that I can set whatever barriers I need to set up. I can create whatever type of fortitude I need to set up. I'm gonna show y'all something. Um, I walked over here to really show y'all where I had dug out my line from, water line. Right now, I just got a hose running to it, so I feed water, my water supply through that hose. But eventually, I'm gonna run. Doing so, to begin with, it wasn't my idea. It wasn't my idea. You know what I'm saying? Just to live like this. It was because of I was kind of forced to live like this. My finances wouldn't allow me to do certain things. But in doing so, it's been about 3 months now. In doing so, and knowing what I know, I think that God just allowed me to go through this so that I could prepare myself and to make other people aware of how essential and how important it is for us to be prepared and be ready for whatever's to come, y'all. You know, keep you some shovels in case you have to dig and bury food in the ground to keep it cool. When I'm telling y'all that it could get ugly in a hurry and that we may have to go back to the primitive way of living, not by choice, but by force. Okay, someone said 2 Chainz. What the hell they got to do with anything? Yeah, we our brains a lot of times on 2 Chainz. Like we can't free our mind in order to see. So basically the blind are leading the blind. But that's why I'm here for you, my brothers and my sisters. That's why God uses me. The Most High God uses me and people like me to keep you aware, to keep you enlightened. He said, you forced to live, forced to die. Do you have free will? Honestly, I get where you coming from with that in a way, but at the same time, um, I mean, dying, we really never truly die if you really want to look at it from a spiritual standpoint. But in the flesh, that's just a part of life. That's just something that's got to take place anyway. But the thing about it is, how will you die? Will you die on your own sword? Would you rather die on your own sword than to let the enemy take you out? Would you rather die fighting? It's just a matter of what's inside of you. See, me, I'm a fighter. I'm fighting for many different causes. I'm fighting for me. I'm fighting for my family. I'm fighting for you. You know what I'm saying? I got to lead by example. If this is in me, this is what I got to put out there. You get what you put in. Um, and so when I tell you we are facing some real trying times, and a lot of people don't seem to really understand the severity of it all, because a lot of people still good time. A lot of people still taking their monies and going to these concerts supporting um basically the elitists. Because whether you supporting their artists and they're a part of um, whatever these families may be, or Illuminati, I'm not gonna say it like this so I don't get flagged, but you know what I mean. It's a lot of power structures in this country, in this world, you know what I'm saying, that we relate to as the elitists, because they make things happen. They control the flows of things. But if you go into these concerts, then you feeding that beast. Because not only is that artist gonna make a few dollars off of it, but the people that make the most off of it are some of the same people that's controlling the narrative that we see now, the things we're facing now. And a lot of it's by design. A lot of it's by design. A lot of this is a social construct. They created certain things to happen. They plan for certain things to happen. And so that it would affect certain individuals or certain groups of people in a certain way. It's up to us to figure it out. Because see, the last thing they're gonna do is tell you. The last thing they're gonna do is make you aware. By the time they put this shit on the news, it's too late. It's just like I tell people about the stock market. By the time everybody make an announcement to go and go buy this because it's going up, it's too late. Now you done bought it at the top, and it come sliding back down, and now you what they call a bag holder. You don't want to get caught with the bag. You don't want to get caught with the bag, because then now you gotta wait it out. and hope that it come back up, and then you can sell it at a higher price, or maybe even have to take a loss. Which Warren Buffett said you don't lose in the stock market until you sell. So sometimes you hold on to it, but it may take 10 years. Something that you one night you or one day you put money into fall because you took bad instructions, or you procrastinated. You know what I'm saying? Rather than doing your own homework, your own research to begin with, you waited on somebody else to give you the instructions after the market had already started moving. That's life one-on-one. I compare the stock market to life, period, because it's a heartbeat. It tells you how people are feeling. It tells you what people are fearful of. It tells you what people are certain of. When people fear, they run. They remove their monies. They rug snatch, as they call it. They rug snatch. They snatch the rug from up under you. Now you stuck holding the bag because you thought it was just going to keep going up. Stocks go up and down. Know that. And you can make money both ways. But you got to do your homework, because you got to know when something has been undersold and oversold. And you got to know, do your homework. So don't just take my word for it, but let me give you the notion so that you can go out there and dig a little deeper. When I tell you we facing many different things at the same time that could affect all of our lives, and will, as long as we alive, it will. Floods, these floods is happening. They real. These floods is happening in places that ain't never flooded before. They're real. Mother Nature is showing her ass. She's showing you that y'all shouldn't play with her. Y'all shouldn't have tainted this earth the way that you have. Not just with chemicals and pollution, but the polluted way that you thought and think that you can try to destroy certain people and empower others. See, that's why it has to be a balance. See, a lot of guys get caught up in masculinity. A lot of females get caught up in femininity, and vice versa. Like a lot of you got, reverse roles now. But that's why it is important for us to find duality. Because I'm not one of these people that's trying to push femininity or masculinity. I push a balance because it takes two. But guys, we got to know one thing. And I know a lot of people going to argue with me about this. Feel free to say whatever you got to say in the comment section, good or bad. I don't care. I welcome all comments. But we got to know that before there was man, there was woman. Woman did not come from our rib. The woman is the seed. She was the beginning. The feminine energy was the beginning. Because we got to stop thinking about spirituality and spiritual beings and places as though they're physical. A lot of us caught up in that, thinking that God's supposed to look just like us or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yes, so-called son of God, Jesus, as we call him, the world calls him, or Yeshua. It would be more contextual or more correct or original. Yeshua or Yahshua. There was no J's back then. Probably had darker skin like mine. He was looked more like an Egyptian than that pale, skinny face, blonde, blue eye guy that they show us, who we've now learned to be a gay lover of a ruler from Rome. So it's a Gregorian symbol to empower others, to make them feel that they're more supreme or superior than others like me. And in a sense, it has worked for hundreds of years, because I've even heard people my own self with my own ears, my kind, saying that we can't do this and we can't do that without them. Because they're not aware of the fact that basically everything that they're doing has been stolen. And even our identity. See, now we can't even see ourselves as godly people, even though we the chosen. We can't see ourselves as being superior or being supreme or being kings and queens, you know what I'm saying? Even though we say that sometimes, you know, a lot of it we use that terminology now because we hear other people say it, but we don't really realize in our head that we really are kings and queens. We really are primordial beings. And that's why they had to try to hide it from, because they understood who we are probably more than we understand it. And so that's where the battles are taking place. In the spiritual realm, we got a lot of battles taking place. Um, y'all might not believe it, but like even with the sunshine and the earth heating up, that's a spiritual thing, man. That's a curse that was put on certain people, man. And now, because of their actions, they brought it up on themselves now. Because they chose to try to, manipulate and control everything and make everything go to. Even when I speak of the shift, you know what I'm saying? The great shift. Some people think about it just like energy, like the energy shifting. That's true. And so that's more of a spiritual way to look at it. When you look at energy, you look at light, you look at vibrations and how those things are shifting. But also in the physical. But like I always say, everything that happens in the physical must first take place in the spiritual. So in the spiritual realm, things have been going on and we kind of been ignoring it and looking past it. Well, now there's certain things that's finna happen in the physical and that are occurring now as I speak. It's just like in certain parts of California right now, they smelling sulfur. What you think that is? They got the smells of sulfur. That's because the platonic plates are shifting, and it's about to be a cosmic disaster to take place. Historical flood. You see how they rediscovering all these cities underwater? It's because this ain't the first time that this happened in this world. This ain't even the second time. But it's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen again. See, a lot of us looking for things to come that ain't gonna happen like that. We thinking that it's just, a sky dad that somebody just gonna come out of the sky and rescue us. You know what I'm saying? Because I praise God. But a lot of times y'all ain't even really praying to God or praising God. Y'all praying and praising who they told you was God. Do your homework though. How can you trust the word that someone gave you that enslaved you, beat you, murdered you? That's crazy to me. But you'll look at me, your brother, with a heart and a mind for you, a love and a passion for you, and you ignore me. You won't even hit the like button. You won't contribute to the cause. You won't do anything to help. You'll probably find ways to try to say that I'm full of shit and that this is BS. Rather than take the little nuggets that I give you and go and try to figure out for yourself, is it true? You can't believe everything your oppressors give you. And when they tell you they're gonna give you this to free you win, to begin with, they wouldn't even give you a book to read. They burned all your books, all your history, any idea of you, they stripped it away. Then they turn around and give you a book that they wrote. And now you got people that are arguing me until they green in the face, blue, purple, yellow. Oh, this the written word from God. This the written word from God. Y'all better wake up. And I ain't saying there ain't no truth in that book, because a lot of that was stolen from the original book. The original text from Ethiopia. Stolen. Who is that? Stitch. Hi. You're so nice and cool. I love the channel. I love you. Say hello. Oh my God, there's barely people watching your videos, but I still love your videos, even though it's barely people. Well, I appreciate you, Stitch, whomever you may be. Um, that is such a nice gesture. Yeah, I don't have many viewers. Um, it's typically like this on here, but I continue to fight the good fight for freedom and true freedom and abundance. And so I'll never give up to my dying day. I'm gonna continue to fight. I promise you, it gets tiring, it gets weary sometimes when you gotta live the way I live. I just got to get my children together. I went live earlier. You saw my daughter come to the door when she awakened. Um, but I'm trying to wake y'all up now. They at school. Me and son finished his homework on the way to school. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I got a lot going on, y'all. I got a lot going on. But I ain't gonna give up. I ain't gonna quit. I was not born a quitter. I was born a fighter. Been fighting. But when I say this now, I'm not saying like I just want to fight nobody physically. But there will come a time that perhaps I'll have to do that. And I will. And y'all see, ceiling, all I've got is wired. I ain't got no ceiling. I ain't got no walls yet. I did hang my TV. It's just hanging. It ain't got no power on it. Just trying to get some things out the way. I was about to feed me some coffee. Change my mind on that. I'm gonna put some gloves on and get this trash trucks running. In a few minutes here, I'm gonna get ready to go to this going to the slave fields. My job, man. Like I say, we all slaves until we free. And didn't know abolishment of slavery free me because I'm still dependent on a job that I'm making somebody else rich on. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. As long as you stay true to you, you know what I mean? Like, take the monies from this job and invest in myself. That's what I'm doing. That's what this is all about. I'm off grid. And if it came down to it, I could survive. Whatever I need to survive. I told y'all in the last one about keeping your water supply up. You can't go but a couple of days, few days, or maybe 4 days max without some type of liquid or something to drink. Something safe to drink. Hands kind of big. Gloves don't want to fit. I'm gonna put the phone down for a second, y'all. While I carry this trash. It's kind of nasty. I saw a couple of maggots on it, so definitely don't want to get that on me. Just sit down right here. Right back at y'all. Appreciate it, big dog. All right. Took care of that. Okay, we don't got no more. Nobody else is watching. Well, y'all, look. I shared with y'all a few things that I wanted to share with y'all. So I got to get to this JOB. I got to get to this JOB. I'll be glad when the day comes when I can say, y'all, I'm at the JOB. But until then, I'm going to keep on fighting, keep on pushing through this struggle. I hope that y'all, somebody out there could gain some strength, some wisdom, or some understanding from the things that I share. I see the cooler. Like I say, when you live off grid, you learn to survive, man. You learn how to maintain. Keep me some water on chill, which I really don't drink a lot of cold water. I drink room temperature waters. You gotta learn how to live and survive, man. You don't need always feel like you gotta pay for stuff, pay somebody else to do stuff. Learn how to do things for yourself, man. When it comes to cutting my grass, I have people all the time, you need me to cut the grass? If I get to that point, I'm sliding this on here to keep it cool. Keep it cool out the sun, you know. I want to keep it cool. That'll preserve my ice for a little while longer. And when I get off, I can drop me another couple bags in there. But yeah, man. Shit get real, man. But it's all about surviving. It's all about preparing for things and staying prepared. Being ready, not getting ready. What's up, brother? Have a blessed day. I appreciate you, Daniel Powell. I think I remember seeing you on here before. Not sure who you are. I don't know you personally, I don't think. But I appreciate your support, brother. Thank all of y'all that hit the like button. I think this is the most likes I ever got on my live. I appreciate that, man. Like, man, I don't just do this for the money now. I promise you I don't. If I did, I would have been finished. I would have been stopped doing YouTube. I would have stopped making videos 2-3 years ago. Because my biggest video actually got defunded. One video I made about 3 years ago took off. 100-some thousand views. Okay, y'all get to see the inside of my little I ain't gonna say piece of crap car, because I'm thankful, man. I kind of taking me a lot of places, through a lot of things. I've lived in this car over a year, almost 2 years. I lived in this car, y'all. I ain't ashamed to tell you none of that. And then God blessed me to save up enough and gave me a place to put my tiny house, and now that's what I'm working on. My little shed y'all see over there, it was a tent to begin with. A couple of weeks ago, I shared with y'all also how God been sending me messages. When I tell y'all, I got it on video too. I might make a video about it. That God sent me a direct message twice. I ignored the first one. Had a tree get blown down right directly in front of my driveway. It blew across the street, blocked the road. Got a fly up here. I hate flies, y'all. But that was the first time. Because he had been dealing with me in these dreams and stuff. I was trying to figure things out. I couldn't really figure them out. Like I say, this shift is real. And so a lot of things been kind of fuzzy. And some things come clear. And some things just get more fuzzy. But I have been trying to understand. So he made it more direct. When I say the Most High actually touched down a storm right in my yard. Mangled my shelter. And I mean, he sent me some direct messages, man. Like, he took my stitching cord and I mean, like, strategically tied it around my little hand shovel. And it took the handle off of a bucket that was in my yard. And something else. I'm trying to think of what it is. But anyway, tied it all together, bundled it together. And all I could take from it was God was trying to either tell me to get a handle on something. I think that it was telling me, okay, it took my extension cord, it took my shovel, and a chain that I had, a link chain. Now it broke the chain, but it tied all this stuff together. I mean, when I say it was tied in a knot, like somebody had tied like a Boy Scout knot, that's how I know it was deliberate. It was a message for me because nothing else on my street got hit. And then directly behind my job, a couple of trees fell straight down. Like they didn't look like they snapped or nothing. Just fell over to get my attention. Like the winds are coming. The floods are coming. And so basically what I was getting from that message was the power in what's to come, or the power behind it, we can't put a handle on it. We can't put a handle on it. We can't say stop. We can't build a strong enough shelter. We can't run further enough. You know what I'm saying? But I also took from that I'm breaking chains. And the power that I'll need to sustain, I will get a grip on it. I will get a grip on it. And I will be able to help my family and some of you, if it's through no more than just my words alone. But there is some things coming, y'all. Y'all get ready, man. I tell you all the time, buy all the water you can. Perishable items, canned goods, your dry beans, rice. Store it up. The best thing is to be ready and don't have to get ready. Okay, I see you down there. Queen, what's up? Miss Nichols. Say message retracted. Man, you take your message back for. That's my friend, y'all. Beautiful lady. Sweet spirit. I mean, the sweetest spirit. I ain't gonna say a recluse, but sort of a introvert, like myself. I'm a people's person, true enough, but I prefer to be alone. I prefer to be by myself. I prefer, you know what I'm saying, to spend time with me or just me and my children. I don't care to just always be surrounded. I don't have friends and people that come by and just visit me, and I don't care to. I love it just the way I can sit there for hours. People think I used to be going crazy. I sit in my car when I was staying in my car, but they didn't really know that. But I could just sit there for hours alone and stare into the sky, or just look at the trees. Because I was on this path, I was on this journey. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, I wouldn't try to explain it to them. I would laugh at them when I knew that they was talking about me, saying things. I would laugh at them. Because I knew I was being uplifted. God was bringing me closer to Him and the things that I need to succeed. Truthfully, like, not on the monetary sense. I'm talking about like in the spiritual world. And so I've grown spiritually. I stopped having sex. I don't eat pork. I stopped eating a lot of harmful foods and byproducts, and I started taking better care of my temple because I realized God enlightened me that I'm a God. And I got to treat myself accordingly. And in order for me to allow God to enter channel through me, I I gotta clean myself up. I gotta get my act together. I can't be out here just living flaw like that and then expecting God to act on my behalf every time. Because I've been living under grace and I've been living in favor. God has been very merciful over my life. Several times I was supposed to be taken out. Been shot a couple times, almost drowned a few times. Um, all type of hell. I ain't gonna lie to you, it been rough. I might not look like what I've been through. Several gunfights, um, even knife fights, penitentiary for years. I know spank on the wrist. Um, you know, dealing with the baby mama dramas, all type of stuff, y'all. I promise you. You probably ain't met too many people. I could write a book about it. And when people that know me talk to me, that's one of the first things people say to me. Boy, you need to write a book about your life. Because a lot of it is amusing as well, but it's serious, man. It's probably somebody out there that's going through some of the same similar things that I can help. Because I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you and tell you it's been easy. Now I might make it look easy because I believe in never letting them see you sweat. Never let them see you. When I say that, let them. I mean, like those that oppose you, those that are not for you, like the devil. Like the last thing I want to do is allow the devil to see me down or as though I'm giving up. I'm not gonna give him that benefit. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna keep pushing forward as much as I possibly can. Where you go, Eagle? Where you go, Eagle? My girl, there, man, Eagle. It's crazy because I consider myself an Eagle too. I know the backstory behind why. I think her dad started calling her Eagle. And it's crazy because I was just talking about your dad this morning because I was comparing other chiefs of police to him. He was an intimidating factor, man. Like you saw him, you knew he meant business. Real talking. I feel like that's what a chief's supposed to be like. It's been some stuff going on in my city, shootings. Um, a relative of mine, I'm gonna say nephew-in-law, uh, long time um, partner that I have children by. Her nephew, her sister child, got shot this weekend. Thank God he's alive. I ain't gonna say well because he got a nice little chunk knocked out of him. I haven't seen him, but the way she described it ain't pretty. It's gonna take a while. I hate it because he's a teenager and he's an athlete. I ain't gonna say he was because I believe and trust God that he will have a full recovery. He's gonna be just fine, and that he will be able to, if he desires, to continue on as an athlete in whichever sport he feels that he wants to play, or that he can excel the most. But I'm telling y'all, there's a lot of stuff been going on. Me personally, I've been trying to remove myself from this type of stuff. But the more you try to walk a clean, straight path, the more things gonna be thrown at you and try to get you back on that dumb shit. Um, because what happened, I ain't gonna even discuss, but should have never happened. The thing about it is, like I tell a lot of people, us as grown people, we gotta learn to set better examples. It come a time when you just gotta grow up, man, and you gotta show up in a different way. You can't keep doing the same things expecting different results. And what happened to the OGs, the real OGs that sat young knuckleheads down, man, instead of getting out here acting a damn fool right along with them or encouraging them to do it? It come a time when you gotta grow up, man. You gotta really just be a man about things. You know, I had a female that questioned me once before. What make you a man? How you a man? I say, I really don't have no explanation for that, but it is what it is. I am who I am. I handle my business. I take care of my children. Um, and I support them in more than one way. I support them in all their aspirations. I support them. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I'm back, y'all. I like that feature that YouTube allows you to actually answer a call during a live without it disrupting the live. I don't know how long it'll do it, but that's kind of neat. Even though I hate people calling me when I'm on live, which I really just started doing more and more. Never been a live person on Facebook, and then I probably went live on Facebook maybe 4 times, maybe 5. And it was to deliver messages like this. And one was the first time I think I went live when my oldest son graduated from high school. So that was about 5 years ago. I might have been live 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 at the max since then. But it was to deliver messages like these. Whenever I download things register to me, I try to put it out there. A lot of things been coming to me, but I haven't been able to verbalize them. I don't know. It's because I've been kind of removed. I haven't been doing a lot of videos, and so I just ain't. I'm rusty or whatever. I ain't in the swing of things, or either it's the shift because my thoughts don't clearly resonate when I speak like they do when I just think. It's like I'm almost tongue twisted sometimes, and I think that's a part of the evil spirits around too, trying to stop me from actually getting you all tapped in so that y'all can look at how I'm talking or mispronouncing words or, being lost for words more than, and that type of mess more than the message. But don't get lost in the mess. Grab hold to this message. Don't stay ready. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all from the deepest parts of my heart. I got love for people in general. Yeah, I call myself a determined black man because we so-called we so-called black people. I know the history and truth of that too. But that's also for me to be able to communicate with you. Like people only relate what they can communicate. You gotta communicate on some people's level. Gave us, but that's what we relate to because, we've been called black so long for the last 40, 50 years that that's all we know. And so I correct you once you get on here. But I gotta say things or put things out there in the thumbnail or my name on Facebook or my name on YouTube has to be something that registers to you. Something that you'll gravitate towards in order for me to be able to deliver this message to you. But anyway, main thing was me trying to tell y'all that it's time out for all the fun and games. And it's time for us to get real about what's going on out here, y'all. I want to shout out Sarah, Elizabeth, whomever you are. Stitch, I appreciate it. I'm about to get off here. That's why I'm going back through here. I don't know. NSNSIS. Look like 55TSY. Whatever that is. You said word up, brother. My sister. I love you. Appreciate you. Spencer Thomas. You said 2 Chainz. I don't know what you meant by that. I don't think I had mentioned anything about chains at that time. Maybe you heard maybe I mispronunciated something. I don't know. But I appreciate your support. Sarah Elizabeth, I think I already told you I appreciate you. Dominic Zavala. I'm thinking that's Hispanic. And you said no Magusta. I don't know what that means. Anyway. I'm about to love y'all and leave y'all. Hope that y'all stay up, stay strong, stay good people. Until the next time, hey, any of y'all got any questions for me, feel free to dump in the comment section. Any contributions, check the bio for any pay methods, or feel free to leave a super chat, whatever it is. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all very much. And let's stay up and stay strong, good people. I'm out. I think I'm out. I'm about to try it again. Let's see. Hey, I hate having some. I got a few visitors on here, but I gotta go, y'all. Gotta go. Love y'all.